When I was young and pretty innocent, I read this famous verse. You probably know it. It goes like this: "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And when I was young, I really couldn't relate to this verse. I was never tired. My biggest burden was Burger King or McDonald's after practice. Tough choices, right? And I realize that some of you grew up like that and some of you have a much different story. I just say that to say that as I've grown older and felt the weight of adulting, the responsibility of children, the challenge of marriage, the undulating uncertainty of finances, the stress of debts, and the impossible challenge of finding a good doctor who I like, I've been way more interested in this verse. And I love it because it's a promise and a super easy one. So let's go over the deal one more time. Jesus says, "Come to me." That means talk to him, bring our life before him in prayer and in spirit and attitude. So show up. Well, who? He says all. Well, who's all? That would be literally anybody at all who's weary or burdened. It doesn't say how weary or burdened, but anybody tired or worn out. So come to me, I give you rest. That's it. That's the whole of the deal. Go to Jesus, find rest. Not clean up your act first, then go to Jesus. Not feel guilty until you have strung together enough good days to be tolerable again, right? Have you ever been there? You've probably been there. Like, why am I so familiar with that pattern? I think sometimes I've heard from friends that they feel like they have to get it back together before God will like them again. Okay, that's actually me who thinks that sometimes, but that's not true. Look how Jesus describes himself: gentle and humble in heart. Do you know any gentle and humble people? They're the best when I'm at my worst. In my struggle, I seek out gentle and humble friends in my life. And the reason you can rest in Jesus is because his burden is light. What does that mean? It means he's not stressing over anything at all, which means that there's peace in his presence. And what do we all need in order to rest? Peace and quiet. In the presence of a gentle and humble and non-stressed Jesus, we can find peace and quiet for our souls. We recently did a series at my church called Reset: Physical, Spiritual, Mental, Relational Reset. We took some time to examine our lives in these areas and make adjustments. When it came to the spirituality portion, we just challenged each other to go to Jesus. Just go to him. We all just went through trauma. We're all tired of something. I guarantee it. Remember that old commercial, "What would you do for a Klondike bar?" And then everybody did weird stuff to get one? Let me ask you, what would you do for some rest for your soul right now? And let me give you some good news. You don't have to do weird stuff to get it. It's actually pretty easy. Just go to Jesus.